What you're going to see now are extracts from some of the most popular suffrage plays. There were over 100 in all, written from 1907 to 1914 and produced by the Actresses Franchise League, amongst others. They weren't just about the vote, they were about issues that concerned suffragists: unequal pay, working conditions, sexual violence against women and girls, and women's visibility in public space. There's a lot to chew on and a lot to like. Enjoy. Alice, I've got myself into a fearful scrape. The worst of my life, absolutely the worst. I've compromised myself with... God, I hardly dare tell you. With the Women's National Anti-Suffrage League.
Is that all?
Isn't it enough? I'm at my wit's end. I haven't slept for nights, for years. Look how drawn my face is. If I'm not careful, I shall begin to look clever. I've got into the coils of the National Anti-Suffrage League and I've been made president or vice president or honorary secretary or supporter or something of the sort, and I've got to take the chair at a large meeting at the Imperial Hall next week and make a speech using all the arguments on this wretched piece of paper. It's like a nightmare to me. Every time I look at it, all the words seem to chase each other off the paper until there's only a blank left. Like my brain. Help me.
But my dear Geraldine, I'm a suffragist, a suffragette, a militant. You've come to the wrong person. Why don't you go and get an anti-suffragist friend to do this for you?
No, don't be ridiculous. With a few notable exceptions, all the anti-suffragists have my sort of brains. How can we possibly help each other?
Yeah, give me the precious arguments. All right. I think you might begin in this way.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight to explain to you the weighty reasons that have decided me, upon much anxious thought and study, to become a determined opponent of women's suffrage.
Excellent.
Then I think you might touch on the unwomanliness of the whole movement and the danger to the home. And you might enlarge on the harem theme.
The harem theme? What's that?
Well, it's not called that. It's called the immense indirect influence now possessed by women. To me, personally, a most degrading influence. After that, degradation of womanhood. Degradation and disintegration of entire empire. Dominant female vote in all matters concerning the army and navy, our relations with foreign powers, with the colonies, and with India. Physical force argument. Women have to safeguard the past and the future, and it is men's work to look after the present. I don't myself know what that means, but it sounds well. Absolute denial that the vote will have any impact on the economic position of women. Indirect influence of women quite sufficient. Emphatic, nay, passionate insistence on your own brainlessness. That is very important. A few passing allusions to us suffragists as being obscure vulgarians. I think you might also call us uneducated. Yes, uneducated and obscure vulgarians. That does sound good. And as there is so little to say, it must sound well, my dear girl. Ah, yes, and don't forget to refer to yourself as so-called traitresses to the sex, so-called survivals of the Dark Ages, because that will elicit respectful sympathy. And be sure and mention that you joined the Territorial Nursing Corps. I forget the name, but that's near enough. Have you joined it, by the way?
No.
Then do so at once, because that is a piece of subtle cleverness. You disclaim physical force, and yet are preparing indirectly to defend your country. There now, haven't I been a brick?
Do you know what I'm going to do with this?
Well, of all the ungrateful little wretches!
Do you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to go home and think.
Impossible. You've never done such a thing in your life.
Alice? How long do mumps take?
Oh, about 2 or 3 weeks.
Very infectious, aren't they?
Highly.
I believe I've got them already. I shan't be able to take that chair or make that speech. Thank you.